Good morning. Thanks for coming in and thank you for tuning in online. This morning I'd like to get a topic. It's called Introduction to Daoism. I know a lot of you do not know Daoism very well because it's one of the religions not been taught too much in the world, but one of the oldest religion in the world. Daoism has history is more than 5,000 years. So I want to talk about Daoism so everybody understand why Daoism are one of the best, or if not the best, religion to cultivate, to believe, to practice. So what is Daoism to talk about? First, we like to talk about Daoism religion is to emphasizing the self-recognitions, self-knowing, knowing yourself, knowing the God. From knowing yourself to knowing God. Today you see the people start believing different kind, so many religion in the world. People got very confused about it. Especially new religions continue being created, such as iPhone and iPad. Computerism, lots of religions being created, and people are quite confused and don't know what to believe with. When you look back to religion, there are many religions, only one God to believe with, to follow with. Okay? But there's a lot of God is man-made. A lot of guys been written by the people after. So yes, it sounds like we're not being very free to believe. We've been, get to one believing system. Daoism's God is the same thing. Daoism is like any other religion. We also create some God, but we have a lot of God. Because this God is all based on the human knowing themselves to create all the God. Before the Chinese character being invented, all the stories on the mouse, people talk about it, passed down in tradition. After the character being invented, every God have record in historical record. Witness what emperors were designated. So Chinese Daoism God, the God, 90% of the God come from the actual human. Okay? They are actual human. They through the cultivating their virtues, their physical bodies, they ascended and become God, and they did such a great contribution to the society, to the community, that was such an overwhelm that the dynasty, the emperor, made the declaration worldwide, make a declaration in historian recorded who is this person, what name, who is study under, what school branch come, what did he do or what did she do to contribute to the world, how much effect in the society, what is the reason why we memorize this person, what reason why we declare that he or she is a God or an immortal or deity. Okay, so in the Taoist immortal and Taoist God and deity has a whole system, the whole system of belief. So today I'm not here to introduce the whole system. If you had a chance, I would be more than happy to sit with you and discuss about the whole system of God, how they come from, how the one person cultivating, how they become immortal, how they enter the heaven, how they reward a title, what is their duty is. It's very connected to our human's life. For example, all the flower has a godless in charge. we call God of flower. See that? Okay? All the marriage have a God of wedding. Because there's a God that was in charge of people's marriage. God of medicine. People who ill, there's somebody to heal, to be in charge. God of the rain, thunder, cloud, okay, mountain, tree, okay, is what related very well to us. Every profession has a God of carpentry, God of the ocean, the sailing, okay? So we have the whole system God, all those people that being awarded the title of God are those and have a great contribution in the history. And they've been rewarded. The God standing behind me, there is a warrior God. He is a God symbolic of great loyalty, justice, great loyalty and justice and love, because he's very loyal and love. And when he passed away, the whole nation wanted to worship him as a God, because he's such a greatest virtue being endorsed by the whole nation. And that's why he called Guang Gong. People look at him and say he's a symbol of justice, symbol of loyalty and love. Right? And the Guanyin Buddha. Guanyin Buddha was a Daoist called Chihan Daolen, very beginning. In the Tang Dynasty, about 1,000 years ago, the Buddhism came import into China, and then they made him as a her, because he and her was the mercy God, called the symbol of mercy. So female figures looks like more merciful. Okay, so it was the whole nation believed and accepted. Okay, so Guanyin is one of the most worshipped Taoist and Buddhist, both religion cross the God. See that? So we people in Taoism, through the knowing ourselves, what kind of virtue I should have in my life. And that's why we're creating what kind of God we should worship, to verify, to synchronize with it. And then what type of people in the history had done such a greatest contribution and gave so much love and compassion to the world. So when they pass away, this type of people that deserve to be God, to be worshipped. So we worship God, same thing means we worship ourselves. We worship our own humanity. So Taoism religion based on worshiping myself, worship me. Understand? Worship our own true greatest humanity. And those God just the symbol that we worship with. So in other words, we are celebrating our own personal humanity, greatest humanity to worship with. It's not blindfoldly follow one God and or being if you don't believe in this God, you should deserve to go to hell. Okay? And in every God has a detail written. And look at today's meaning historical. If you go look back to many religions, how many God has very detailed recorded? How many God is being man-made it? How many God is being talked about? Just being talked about it. Okay, so look at Taoism. We got very detailed. It's about humanity. It's about based on our self-recognition. Recognize ourselves to worship our best humanity. So, from that point of view, I will say the Taoist religion is a great religion to practice, to cultivate it. You are not blindfold follow. You are really is cultivating yourself. You really worship your own best humanity. It's best the worldwide universal humanity. And that is what every religion will talk about. Every religion in the end is about promoting kindness, mercy, and forgiveness, compassion, love. And this is all what religion is talk about. But Daoism make us very close to ourselves, not in the far distant. Okay, not so far distant to worship. Okay, it's very, very close. That when you raise the head, you see God. When you lower your head, you see God. When you turn left, you see God. Right? You see God too. Right? It makes us what? Very sincere to watch our act, our deed, our emotions, our what? Humanity. Extremely what? Very, very calm. You're cooking in the kitchen, you watch out the kitchen God. Right? Kitchen God blessing your food and health. Record your good deed and bad deed. Right? So it's what? Kitchen God. So female cooking in the kitchen, and you know the God is watching over you, so you don't put a dirty food into the dishes and serve people. Right? You cook with love. You see what I mean? We step on the earth every day. We have an earth God. The earth God watching over us and blessing us. Local city God and watch over our good deed and bad deed, and I'll reward your family, reward each person with longevity and prosperity. You see that? So everywhere we go, raise head, lower head, left and right, we all have God in our life that blessing us, make us stand on the what? Right path and cultivating greatest humanity and love. So this is very close to our human's life. It's not so far away, not so philosophical, and not being very religiously, forcing you into belief. But you got to have a close feeling that how close that I can close to the God. That look at God and say, I see myself. It's me. Right? That is kind of what religion that was such a practical, such close to our human's life. Every one of us is a God, basically. In Daoism, that's what we crave. To recognize yourself, recognize self as a God. So that is one of religion that Daoism promote. Okay? Second, Daoism is about what? The practical religion. With a practical religion, we are what? The very practical, because in Daoism say that what? You gotta have a theory, philosophy, but you gotta have to have a practical to go with it. Otherwise, you just become philosopher and psychologist, right? Then let's make it work. Let's bring the God to the what? To the floor. Let's see how we can function, how we can live our life. Being very practical. So what means practical? So Daoism talk about Xin and Ming. Xin means essential nature. Ming means eternal life. We're cultivating our essential nature just like every other religion worldwide. It's talk about cultivating essential nature, means cultivating our spirit, our what? Mind and our spirits, to empty our heart, desire less, to learn how to apply the conscience, mercy, and love, to empty our desire, let go our ego, to lower ourselves, come down on earth, to serve, to close to humanity, to practice our humanity on earth, not just being philosophical, but being practical. And so Taoist people to work around, they're extremely humble, detached from money, from power, they're very detached from everything because they are cultivating essential nature is their practical art. So when you look around, the people who cultivating Tao are extreme humble people. They don't grasp the power. They don't slay people. They don't force people to bow down to kiss their foot. Okay? They don't make people kiss their finger. Okay? They just they humble. When you bow to them, they bow to you. Okay? It's respect of each other, love of each other, forgive of each other. Do not possess things, statue. Okay? They are very fearful to be called master because what? Master is the title when they die, the reward by the God. Do you get it? So what? They love to be called what? A Daoist priest because they are a Daoist in cultivation, in the practical cultivation. So they don't possess things. Anything they possess slow down the journey to immortality. So therefore, the Daoist people, Daoist cultivator in this world is about to serve, to give, to help, to utilize everybody, to integrate every humanity and culture and religion to work together, promoting the peace, love, and humanity and prosperity all together, to enjoy all together. And that is Taoist what? The essential nature cultivation. Got it? So that's titled what? A Taoist priest. They don't possess anything and detach from all the desire of regarding to material, even what? Spiritual status. They just willing to let go. Second, Taoist people cultivating called what? Ming, eternal life. Eternal life is regarding Jing Qi Shen, the essence, the life force, and spirit. They're cultivating Jing Qi Shen together. Why is that? Because what? No one what? Believe in Taoism. No one believe that you should wait on your home and waiting for UFO to deliver you. Okay? Because they don't believe that there is a miracle that God will show up on my door and then what? Take me with to go to the heaven. So they believe through the self-cultivation that you can now cultivating the Jing essence to transfer the Qi transfer to nurture spirit, and spirit transfer to become immortality. You don't go to a Taoist temple to find anybody with bigger tummy. You don't find people who's fat in Taoist temple. You don't find Taoist priests have all kind of disease like diabetic and cancers. Okay? Why is that? Taoist priests believe in the self-cultivation. So they do Daoyin, they do Tai Chi, they do Qigong, they do meditation, they use herb. Okay? Actually what? They chanting, they exercising in what? In the movement. So they believe life is in the movement. Life is in cultivating the physical, mental, and spiritual all together. They believe in what? Going to heaven by self-actively movement, self-actively cultivation to achieve what? Immortality and spirituality. They don't believe that you can sit in there reading the book and book and book and book. How many people reading the book become God? You know what I'm saying? How many people chanting 10,000 book will have God come to your doorstep and taking you? What? Taoist priests do not believe it. Chanting the book, reading the book is necessary to enrich our spirit, enrich our mind. But reading the book is not going to work until you put down the book and get your ass on the floor and start exercising and start doing something, being very practical to verify I can do it, I can become it. So you never will follow a Taoist priest who is sick, who's had bigger tummy, who is overweighted to learn what? There's something called immortality. Taoist people believe in walk the talk and walk the talk. I am a priest, I'm healthy, so follow me because I am who I preach. I'm a product of health. I know the technique. You follow me and you acquire the healthy longevity, being practical. You get it? So we are extremely practical. We don't believe in passive waiting. We don't believe to be passive waiting. We always actively achieve something that we believe. If you look back to history, and Taoist is continuously through the cultivating to achieve the unbelievable thing. For example, a medicine god, the Sun Si Miao, medicine guy. We visit the temple in China. He has benefits millions of people and passed down all the teaching of the prescriptions, and, healing arts and acupuncture art. Amazing. The first chemist of China, Ge Hong, through cultivating external alchemy, he invented all the chemist style. Okay, the people inventing the fire powder, the people inventing the compass. Remember the compass? These are the people. There are people who inventing making paper, inventing the paper. People inventing the printing art. Okay, those are Chinese people. They are all the Daoist people. They inventing the warfare strategy, like the art of the war. They inventing I Ching technique. They inventing the feng shui technique. Feng shui technique. They inventing the technique making the metal. The metal, making a cup. Ending harvest, how to make the metal things. Okay, they inventing technique how to make the bridge. Okay? And all those inventing are the people who is never satisfied waiting. They stand up and they do something, and they discover something that's such a beneficial to the society. And today, several thousand years later, we still live in what they are invention. We still live in the air, do not appreciate air. We still live in their contribution and not knowing they did it. And those are Taoist people. And Taoist people, I can go on the list forever, how much they had done past 5,000 years. Okay, so it's called practical art. We're cultivating essential nature and eternal life together, not being passive waiting, but the active cultivation to enter the portal of God, enter the heaven by my own work. Although God can guiding us. Many religions say God can guiding us. Angel can deliver us. But I believe no God should secretly giving you the answer how to become God. Otherwise, they won't be so justice either. Understand that? You need to become your God through follow footwork of every God, how they cultivating, and then use the technique in our life, being practical, and eventually we are become God. So that's what in Taoism number 2 is called being practical, to verify your own practical in the end. It's not just philosophical, it's not just being book smart, not just being chanting, waiting, worship God. You can burn 10,000 incense a day, will not make you become God. Got it? You can chant in book all day long for 724, it will not make you become God. Got it? You can be very kind and human, great personality, will still not become God. Until you understand you're not only cultivating mind, you're also cultivating physical body. And put two together, we have a chance. We have opportunity to enter the world of immortality. So that's what number 2 that I talk about why the Daoism is such a great religion to cultivate, to practice, to believe. Okay? The third technique, the third thing that I like to talk about Daoism is about the self-active achievement. Active achievement. The people is not waiting for life to change. In Daoism, it's called very actively changing the life. Called life and luck. So many people say, well, life is preset. It's a karma, isn't it? So Daoism do not believe in karma. Do not believe in karma. Daoism say we can change the karma. We change our life. Life is in my own hands. It's not in God's hand. Okay, we can change the outcome of our life. And not waiting something to happen. Not to believe that I am carried any debt or any sin from my past life. I am here to live in the present. I am not here to live because of past or nor accumulating credit for tomorrow. Okay? Taoism is about live in the moment to change my life, so have a better luck. They're continuously changing, continually not satisfied what life presents to me. I'll continue disbelieve that what life that happened to me is real. Okay, I can always change in luck because luck is in my own hand, just like a chess game. A chess ball is life, but how you play each chess is called luck. Every one of us is in charge of your own luck. Everyone's wisdom level, intellectual level, is how decide how you move your chess game, isn't it? So luck is in whose hand? Love is in your own hand. Okay? Although the chess game is preset, but you are in charge every step of your life. Okay? This is how Daoism are very positive philosophy and practical art. We are in the moment and change your luck all the time. In order to live better life, Daoism inventing the Daoyin, Tai Chi, Qigong, right? Inventing this technique to learn longevity. Okay, learn longevity. The medicine god Sun Miao created a technique how to deal with disease when somebody getting disease. In order not to wait for the disease to kill me, then I do something about it. So he invented acupuncture, right? He invented a prescription using herb. You see what I mean? Very beginning, herb being discovered by Shen Lung, and then many other medicine god discover more and more herbal. Shen Lung willing using his own body to taste the poison to find out that herb is good for what? For what meridian? For what organ? He poisoned death several times and saved himself many times. Right? He willing to do because he's not waiting for disease to kill me. He's not waiting to disease to make me sick. He's doing something about it. Right? In order to planting the war strategy, Sun Tzu, Pan Juan, many even Zhuge Liang, Three Kingdom time, the many Taoist priests, they walk from the mountain down into the city and they creating the war strategy, the art of war. Today, our West Point still using his art. Right? So he's create. Taoism never wait for things to happen. They always find out when things happen, how do I change the luck? You see, when the life happen, how do I deal with it? When a problem comes, how do I resolve it? When there is a problem, there's always a solution. This is the attitude of Tao. The attitude of Tao is always finding something that works. In order to steer the direction of my life, Taoism inventing a I Ching technique. Teaching you what profession you do, who should marry to, where you should live, right? How do you do today or tomorrow? You see? That's I Ching art. And teach you how to live harmonize with the world. Taoist priests create a technique called Feng Shui. Your house should be situated like this, should be designed like this, your bedroom should be here, your kitchen should be there. Feng Shui art, isn't it? So we got so many contributions today. We live in this kind of the contribution that is such a practical living in the moment that recognize my self-creation, recognize life can be steered by me, myself. I'm in charge in my life. Okay? I'm not passively blindfolding for waiting or to be delivered or blindfolding follow somebody into the death. Okay, we are doing something to changing our luck, to changing our prosperity, to changing our health, our harmony with our family, with our community. This is an art that is such a acted such a movement, such a contribution into the society. This type of religion is worth of every one of us to cultivate. Okay, to cultivate it. So this is the reason why I believe Taoism is such a practical art. Practical art. There is no conflict with any religion, but only a great compliment to every religion, isn't it? A great compliment. If not the best, could be one of the best. The religion in the world to cultivate it with. Cultivate with. Number 4, I know my time's over for a half hour. I'm going to do the number 4. Number 4 is called Daoism is a religion of justice. It's a justice. But with the justice doesn't mean they swing the swords going to behead everybody. Okay? Then why is the justice? You see, Dao means principle. Principle. De means virtue. The principle applied to humans called a virtue. When the principle runs, when the theory, when philosophy guiding the human's life, it's great. Throughout history, when there is great king appeal in a kingdom, the whole kingdom enjoy prosperity and peace. When not such a good king came, who possessed power and money, then the whole nation waged the war. Then the whole world into the fight. So when this situation happened, Daoist priest is not going to sit there and wait to see the community suffer. Right? So Daoist priest, through the cultivating Dao, understand the Dao, then enforcing Dao. What's called enforcing Dao? They all disguise themselves into the society. They drop their own uniform and put out the, cowboy jean and booze and pick out the gun and go on a horse. This is what the ancient time does, okay? So many Daoist priests and masters, they into the society, engage into the war, become a strategy planner, become a general, guiding the justice to protect life, to create prosperity, to enforce peace and society in the kingdom. They do that. After they do that, what happened? Because Taoism believes when the job is done, they walk away, takes no credit. So look back for 2,000 years in the past, just say 2,000 years in the past, record after record, there are millions of records of how many Taoist people, they come to help the emperor establish a dynasty. As soon as it establishes dynasty, they walk away. They take no name, they take no title, they disappear, they just hanging the uniform up, that this is my general, here's my sword, here's my seal, here's my hat, boom, and bye-bye. You get it? These are the people, are Taoist people. They possess no power, no money, no credit. But when the countries need, these people stand out first. Do you get it? When the country is in peace, these people disappear into the mountain. This is what the Taoist people practicing the called justice. Because you need to have a feeling of justice inward. You need to stand up, protect the weakness. You need to protect the disasters. You need to help protect the society, enforcing peace and love. And this is number 4 quality, as a great quality for all of you to cultivating, to believe in Taoism. Because I do believe that every one of you should stand out when the society, when the kingdom, when our world needs you, and every one of you stands out without excuse. You stand out, and you have to stand up, protect the society, protect the country, protecting humanity. You stand out. When the weak people need, when a disaster happens, you stand up and go to the most needy area to volunteer your time. If need, you raise a gun and shooting the animal, that protecting the weakness. You got it? So this is called justice of the Taoist people believe. There's 4 quality that I talk about today. That proved to me that Taoism is the best religion I ever be in. myself. To cultivate it, I hope to what? Introduce this religion to the world, to the people. This is a peaceful, this is very productive, this is very active. This is not a superficial religion. This is not blindfolding religion. These are very practical, very close to the heart and mind and soul of every human being in this world. Okay? So this is the religion that we all need to cultivate, to practice, even to at least to endorse. Thank you very much. Thank you.